Hi everyone, it's me Sammy, welcome back to my channel. As you can see behind me, Asda's just dropped off my weekly food shop, which means it's time for a weekly food shop haul. However, this week there's a bit of a twist. I have shopped the exact same grocery shop that I did 15 months ago, the exact same items, everything, and we're gonna see what the price difference is and see how Asda has changed over the last year or so. And yeah, I'm really excited to dive in. I think it's gonna be a really interesting exploration. So yeah, I'm excited to do this video for you guys. If you do enjoy it, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing down below if you haven't already yet. It would mean the world to me. And without further ado, let's dive into it. So usually in my weekly food shop hauls, I will run through the price and how much everything costs first and foremost. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to do that at the end of the video so we can talk through everything and then see the massive price difference. When I did this exact same shop 15 months ago, it came to £90.25. The only thing that was unavailable on that shop was some beef slices. So I do actually have those on my shop today, but we're going to deduct that from the end total. So yeah, this cost me £90.25 15 months ago. This was also the shop that was for my first ever meals I made this week video, so I'm actually going to be recreating that for you this week again, guys, and we're going to see the price comparison in those meals as well. So not only are we going to be comparing the whole weekly food shop as a whole for price differences, we're actually going to pick apart each of the meals that I made in that first ever meals I made this week video. I'm recreating it. That video is going to be up on Friday, and yeah, we're going to see the price difference in the individual meals as well. Two of the biggest differences I've noticed that have changed in my shopping habits since recreating this shop is that when my daughter was just over 15 months ago, I went for convenience over cost cutting, which probably made it far more expensive, and also I was still very much in my name brand phase, so I was still very much buying Dormio sauces instead of the Asda's own and things like that. So they're definitely the two biggest differences I've noticed in my shopping habits changing. That's enough waffling from me. Let's dive in, let's see what I picked up and see what meals I'm planning to make. There's a lot of frozen stuff in this shop. We've got a kilo bag of broccoli florets, and this is £1.44, a kilo of Brussels sprouts, and this is £1.24, and a kilo of petit pois for £1.76. Going to be using those veg on the sides of our dinners this week. Got a frozen cheesy garlic bread for £1.65. This is going to go on the side of our spaghetti bolognese. I've got 20 thick pork sausages for £3.78. Going to use this for 2 dinners. We're going to use half of the pack for our chili dogs this week, and then half of the pack for a sausage and bacon casserole. You guys have probably seen it a few times on my channel now. I basically put bacon and sausages into gravy, casserole it, and then I serve it with some chips, peas and plum tomatoes. These are the chips to go with that dinner, and these are crispy home-style chips by Asda. It's £2.20 for 1.5 kilo bag. I have no idea why I was buying exceptional roast potatoes back in the day. Aunt Bessie's probably wasn't available at the time, but these are the exceptional beef dripping roast potatoes. I think when I bought them over a year ago, they were actually the Asda extra special beef dripping, but they've now changed their extra special range to their exceptional range since then, and these are £2.57. Again, things like that, I went for convenience over cost cutting. I definitely now just buy fresh potatoes and make my own roast potatoes. And again, I don't know why I was going for the real Yorkshire pudding company Yorkshire puddings. I now go for the Just Essentials Asda or make my own. These are £2.50 for 6 Yorkshire puddings. I think my Just Essentials ones are normally less than 50p for 15. So this hurts my heart a little that I was buying these back in the day rather than exploring the cheaper options. And yeah, that's all my frozen bits for this week. I'm going to pop these in my freezer and then we're going to jump into the chilled stuff. For our meat options this week, we've got the 2 for £3 on the bacon. I've got 10 smoked back bacon rashers and 6 thick cut smoked bacon rashers. These are 2 for £3. I'm going to be using one of these in our bacon casserole and another one to top our cauliflower cheese with some bacon bits and then maybe a bacon sandwich. I then got a kilo of mince. This is the lean beef steak mince, which is 5% fat. I definitely go for like the 15% fat now to cut on costs, but this was £9.77. And then I've got 3 for £5 on beef slices for our beef roast dinner. I still do this trick. I buy the ready cut, ready cooked beef and I just warm it up in some foil. I still do this for my beef roast dinners from time to time. And I've got 2 packs of the finely sliced beef, and then I've got 1 pack of the top side of beef because Ava's better with the thicker slices. So yeah, 3 for £5. This wasn't actually available when I did this shop 15 months ago, so I will deduct the £5 from the cost at the end. For fruit this week, obviously having to copy what I did last year, I've gone for 6 bananas, which were 94p. A pack of easy peeler mandarins for £1.07. I definitely know this price has increased. Ava's just stolen 2 two out to play with while I'm doing this video. And then I got 3 for £1.20 on their little fruit slices. We got a pineapple lolly and 2 packs of the watermelon slices. Ava used to absolutely adore these, so it's handy that I've got these again because I know she's gonna love it. For the boys pack lunches, I got a 6-pack of pork sausage rolls and a 6-pack of cheese and onion rolls. These are actually on offer for 2 for £3. These are what I mean by convenience. I used to live off of ready-made mash and I absolutely love the Asda one. This is the sweet and creamy root veg mash that I'm going to add onto our roast dinner, and these were 2 for £2.50. I got 2 whole cauliflowers and these are £1.19 each. Going to be using these for my cauliflower cheese. I've got 2 packs of baking potatoes. There's 4 in each. These were 60p each. I don't know why I used to order 2 packs because we can survive on like 1 potato each now. I think I used to do us like 2 jacket potatoes each and Ava used to have 1, whereas now I do 1 and then I do some like little side bits and like a salad and things like that. But yeah, we've got 2 packs of jacket potatoes, 60p each. We're going to be using these for some jacket potato dinners this week. Then got a 3-pack of brown onions for 95p and some sliced carrots for 60p. I used to freeze these and I used to use them as like an additional frozen veg. Again, just convenience over cost cutting because these are 60p and get a whole kilo of carrots for less than that. But it just saved the peeling and the chopping when I had a 1-year-old. So yeah, I'm going to pop these into my freezer and use them how I used to use them. But yeah, definitely I feel like I was throwing money away at one point. I've got a 10-pack of mini pepperonis for £2.86. I've got 2 4-packs of cheese strings which were £1.25 each. I did actually order Dairyly strip cheeses on my original shop, but Asda don't sell them anymore, so I had to sub them in for cheese strings. Got 2 big blocks of cheese. I've got a 750g pack of mature cheddar cheese. This is £4.98, and then a 400g pack of red Leicester for £3. Then got the Asda baby leaf salad. This was £1.16. I used to get this all the time. I tend to get Florette now. Their mixed mild leaf lettuce is £1.14, and I feel like it just lasts a lot longer. We still have 3 days on the use by on this, but the leaves are already starting to wilt and stuff. I just feel like Florette lettuce lasts a lot longer and actually exceeds its use by date and is still really good to eat, whereas this tends to go off a lot quicker, so that's why I tend to buy Florette now instead. And then I've got a 3-pack of mixed peppers for £1.79. We've got 12 medium free range eggs for £2.85, a full pint of semi-skim milk for £1.65, and a 6 pint of whole milk for £2.40. Now in my original shop I only got 1 4 pint of whole milk, so I am going to deduct the £2.40 from the total to make it fair at the end, but I just can't survive on 4 pints of milk for me and the kids anymore, so I needed to get an extra 6 pint this week. That's all my chilled stuff done. I'm going to pop it away in the fridge now and then we'll jump into non-food items and food cover bits. The only non-food item on my shopping this week is my nappy pants for Ava. So in my original shop I was actually using size 5 and I got the big outer of those for £4.99. However, she is in bigger nappies and in nappy pants now. They don't do 1 big pack, so I had to get 2 little ones, which were £3.36 each. However, if I was still wearing those same nappies, they are still the same price and they haven't changed. But it's meant that I've had to pay £1.73 extra on my shop for nappies. Now jumping into the food cupboard bits, starting with the bakery. I've got a 6-pack of white finger rolls. These were 90p. These are going to be used for our chili dogs this week. Then got a 9-pack of Warburton's crumpets for £1.15. Who remembers my obsession with crumpets? It's been a while, I'm excited to eat some. Then we've also got a soft white toasty thick sliced loaf of bread and this is 75p. I tend to go for a medium slice these days, but it'd be interesting to see how we get on with the thick slice this week. I haven't really gone into detail about what meals I'm making, so let's do that now. These are all using the kilo of mince. I'm going to divide it into 3, and the first third of the mince we're going to use is for tacos. This is the Asda taco kit and this is £2 and 2p. Another third of the mince is going to be used for a spaghetti bolognese, and we're going to be using this family size Dolmio bolognese sauce. This was £3. I can't believe I used to spend this on Dolmio. I love Dolmio, don't get me wrong, it's a delicious sauce, but the Asda's own bolognese sauce is almost just as good, and I can get 2 slightly smaller jars but for half of the price as they're only 75p each. And then the other third of my mince is going to be used for chili dogs and chili con carne. So I'm actually going to be cooking up the sausages, making a chili with these sauces and the mince, putting that on top of our sausages in the rolls with some fried onions, mustard, absolute perfection. And then we use whatever's left from that, bulk it out with some kidney beans, peppers, veg, and then make a chili con carne with rice and serve it with some tortilla chips. So for our chili con carne sauce, I've got 2 of the Ben's Originals chili sauces, and these are on 2 for £3.50 at the moment in Asda. I've got some lightly salted tortilla chips to go with our chili con carne. These were 80p. Got a mini pack of raisin snack boxes for the kids. This is £1. And then I've got a 500g pack of Asda spaghetti, which was 75p. Then got a tube of tomato puree for 70p. A 4-pack of Asda's baked beans for £1.51. I used to live off of bean and cheese toasties back in the day. We also love beans and cheese on top of our jacket potatoes as well. 2 tins of chopped tomatoes for 47p each. 1 tin of peeled plum tomatoes for 47p to go with our sausage and bacon casserole. And then we've got some red kidney beans for 45p to bulk out our chilli. And then the last 2 items on our shop, we've got some gravy granules for meat, which was £1.60. And then we've got some French's classic yellow mustard, and this was £3. That's everything I got on my food shop this week, guys. Let's dive into the cost and compare it to my original shop 15 months ago. So my shopping total for this week was £105.28. With multi-buy savings, I saved £4.18, meaning my total for this food shop was £101.10. Now my original shop was £90.25. However, there are some differences. So let's look at the swaps first. So we swapped the dairy strip cheese for cheese strings, but I do feel like they are a similar price. And then the size 5 nappies, we swapped for size 6 plus nappy pants. That's a £1.73 difference. And the additional buys that weren't on the original shop is the 6 pint of whole milk for £2.40, as well as the beef, which was £5. So if we deduct the additional items bought, that makes our total now £93.70, because the beef was £5, the milk was £2.40. So our total after that was £93.70. So that means that this shop was £3.45 more expensive than the exact same shop 15 months ago. However, because of the nappy price difference, because the original nappies that I would have got are still £4.99, they're still the same price, and that's £1.73 difference because I have to buy bigger nappies for my daughter. So if we actually took off the nappy increase as well, it's only £1.72 difference, which is crazy to me. I was expecting it to be £10–12 more expensive. I feel like as I'm doing my shop, I am noticing price increases on so many of my regular items, but actually in 15 months, Asda's actually managed to keep the price increase to less than £2, which I'm actually quite impressed by. And I'll be so real with you guys, if I did my same shopping habits that I do now and applied it to this shop, I could have got it for cheaper. The bolognese, for example, £1.50 I would have saved on that by swapping to the Asda's own brand. Same with the chili con carne sauces and the Ben's Original, and same with not buying the exceptional potatoes and just buying my own potatoes. I could have actually made this shop cheaper than it was 15 months ago if I applied my current shopping habits to it. So that's super interesting. I'd love to know your thoughts on it, guys. I would love to do a deep dive soon into the rising price of groceries and like a proper deep dive into meal planning and trying to save money on your groceries and being able to do shops for less. I'd love to do like a deep dive commentary style video on that, but let me know down below if you'd be interested in that, and also let me know your thoughts on this video, guys. Were you expecting a bigger price increase? Were you expecting it to be the same? Were you expecting a price decrease? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for Friday's video. I'm going to be recreating my first ever meals I made this week video. And yeah, thank you for all the love and support on my channel, guys. It means the world, and hopefully I'll see you really soon for another video. Take care. Bye.